Hello everybody, this is Dave with the Liberty Guys, and this is a video response to Shutters and Triggers' 500 subscriber giveaway. He's got a couple of really nice Spyderco knives, and I'd really like to have one of them, just to be honest with you. I already carry, first rule was, he wants to see your EDC. Well, this is my EDC. As you can see, it's still got lint on it from where I've been carrying it. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, I just took it out of my pocket literally. This one only has one job, and one job only, and I'm assuming you can guess what that would be with a fully serrated blade. This is my left-handed pocket knife. This is the one that I only draw for special occasions. That's why it's razor sharp with the spider edge on it. This is the Tenacious full serrated Spyderco with the S30V or whatever. It's 8CR13 MOV steel. I think this is a Chinese manufactured knife, and that's why they're so cheap, because I think I got this knife for like $40. It's real economical for a Spyderco knife, but I really like this knife. You know, for its intended purpose, this is a great tool. So there's that one. Now my right side pocket is my everyday tool, my Benchmade. This is the 710, I believe, is the model sequence. I've had this knife for 6 years or so. This is the one that gets used daily, and it sharpens pretty good. It's D2. It holds a work tool edge, you know. It's D2 tool steel is pretty durable steel, so it's got some stains on it where I've cut acid containers and things open with it. But yeah, you'll never see me literally peeling apples and eating them with this knife, because it's a tool. It gets used for everything. But as you can see, the logo somewhere where it's rode in my pocket, and the clip's got all the finish rubbed off of it. Now, you also got to carry other equipment with you in today's society. So you got to have your Glock 17, your spare magazine. Yes, I carry them every day. Ask any of my friends. The obligatory ink pen. I could go on and on, but I'm one of those guys, I think someone said one time, that wants to be the prepared guy. But the two knives I carry every day are the Spyderco Tenacious and the Benchmade 710. These are by far my favorite knives that I've ever carried. I've been looking at that big Spyderco that he's given away, and that's a pretty nice piece of equipment. It would replace this one probably. I'd be hard pressed to give up the Benchmade at this point. That's been too good of a piece of equipment. The axis lock. This is 4 or 5 years in. I can still hit the axis lock and it'll just close right up. You know, you pull it down and take the tension off of it, and it'll just pop right open. You know, there's no spring assist, so it's all gravity and wrist action. But you know, that's a well-engineered tool. And this one is the same way. It's got a liner lock, but it works great. Now, the person that got me into knife collecting was my dad, and he gave me my first knife. Unfortunately, I no longer own it because it evaporated at some point in my life when I was about 13 or 14 years old in the forest where I grew up. And it wasn't a really nice knife, nothing like these. It was one of those little $5 knives that you see at the convenience stores. I don't remember where we bought it. I want to say it was at the hardware store, but it had mother of pearl plastic simulated handles, and it was one of them fisherman's knives that had a regular blade. It really wasn't quite a fillet blade, but it had that secondary tool, which was supposed to be a fish scaler because it had that curve in it with them little teeth, but they weren't sharpened, and then it had the little hook remover notch on the end of it. And I tried to use that thing for a saw so many times, but it just didn't do the job. But it was carbon steel, so it would actually hold a fairly good edge. And if I remember right, it was made by some company called Ranger. If I remember the name right, I was talking to somebody about that. The second knife I had after that, I moved into Swiss Army knives and carried one of them for decades. I carried the one that was called the Farmer. It was aluminum scales, and it was just more or less, it was a basic Swiss Army knife, but it had the aluminum side plates on it. I really liked it, and I carried it till I finally broke the little saw out of it, and moved into other tools from there. I carried Leathermans for a while and things like that, but give you something to look at while I talk. The next thing would be the shout out would be to We All Juggle Knives because of his practical based reviews. I like to see him get out the knife that he's going to review, and he'll go and he'll hack crap up with it. You know, he won't talk about how it'll cut hundreds of pages of paper. He'll cut a bunch of water bottles up or something, you know, and then he'll go hack crap up in his yard for a while and show you how long the blade will hold its edge, and you know, and how sharp it is. And I just like the way he does his videos. He's kind of down to earth or grounded or whatever it is. But yeah, my dad was the person that kind of got me hooked on knives. He always carried case double X. That was his thing, was the folding case knives. But I never really got into cases. I had a few, and I had a couple of Cattaraugus and a what's that? And people that makes them Barlows. I don't remember. Russell. I had a Russell Barlow. You know, I was trying to form me a little collection, but since then I've given all of them away to friends because I just realized that if I can't use the tools, I don't want them. So if I don't buy an expensive knife. You know, I gave over $100 for this Benchmade. I ain't gonna buy that knife if I can't carry it and use it. It's just not an option to me. I work too hard for that money. If I can't get some utility out of it, I'm not going to own it. So, believe me, if I win this knife, then I will definitely put it to service. It will not go in a drawer somewhere and get forgotten. So, but I appreciate the contest and look forward to the drawing. Y'all have a good one. This is Dave with the Liberty Guys, and I'm out of here.